We got booted again, then we're back. I wonder why it keeps booting us. We're on the air, then looks like we're losing. Okay, we're back on the air again. It looks like they're gonna be breaking this show into multiple segments, which I only wanted
But I'm just
one
saying,
segment show.
Japan could enrich their uranium up to isotope level, which is a lot higher, which is a lot closer step to building an atomic weapon. But they don't want Iran to, but Japan's past, we've tangled with them and had problems with them in the 40s. And I think the last time that Iran left their borders to physically attack another country was about 1800, George Washington might have still been alive, and the last years of his life. I'll have to check that out. But of course they do probably support different groups around the world, but we do too. I'm sure we also do have our app.
We look for our interest, you know, just like that movie with the last days of the Condor.
Yeah.
Which if you watch that show, they got the towers, they show the towers, they got targets on that now. The tower that's at Robert Redford movie, but they claim after oil it'll be water. They'll be fighting over water, you know, but those towers were actually in the crosshairs in that movie, you know, last days of the Condor with Redford.
Yeah. I think
it'll be water, you know, if we're not arguing, we take what we want, you know, that's what this country does, what we need, you know, it's
And that movie, did a plane fly between those towers, or did it just look that way? In the beginning, I think it shows a plane flying in the vicinity of the Twin Towers. That's a pretty old movie, but
1975, I believe, or something. But I think it's called Last Days of the Condor, or 3 Days of the Condor, or something like that, with Robert Redford. But pretty interesting, you know, for all the conspiracy theorists out there. Hey, hello, Jim Sir Nicholas. Hi, how are you? How you doing? Might as well say hi to him. We got another viewer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, glad to see we're getting some viewers. See, that's what we look like in the widescreen there, Charles. See, it looks a little better there.
I like to say personally, I feel blessed. I've probably had a lot of charmed life, and of course that could change in a hurry. But I know a couple of my daughters were going to be at my 75th birthday party.
Ruth.
Yes.
Ruth's leaving. Bye,
I just
Ruth.
want to hear
We'll
what
talk
Carl,
to you later.
what you're going to say, then I'll leave. I just want to hear what you're going to say this sentence.
Yeah. So anyway, I knew a couple of daughters would be there, and then more showed up than what I thought, and I appreciated that. At my 75th birthday party at VFW in Fargo, the 26th of June. So, I mean, I guess I could be in better condition than I am, but things could be a lot worse too. So I can still walk around and get around, and I hope. I'm getting a little forgetful, especially on names for a while, but every once in a while things still come back.
H.M. Sir Nicholas just wished you a happy birthday. Thank you, H.M. Sir Nicholas. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you want to find out more about Carl, go to Google and type in Carl, Carl, Aabye, and you can find his books on there, some videos of him singing some songs. Or if you go to cdbaby/cd/Carl Aabye, you can purchase his new audiobook, Savants Melody of Mystery. There's about 25-30 different characters that me and Carl did on there. We used a computer and we took his book, Savants Melody of Mystery, and turned it into an audiobook. Here's a copy of the book right now. Maybe we can. Well, the lighting outside must be getting. Let's see here. We'll try to do a little zoom in here if we can, or it might be easier to zoom it in.
My youngest son did the cover. He works in a warehouse. There's Aabye for 90th birthday picture from her party, and she liked the work my son did on that. So a lot of women kind of laugh and smile. Some guys kind of look at it and what in the world is that? But anyway, yeah, on this book, what got me started, this is my last book that I put up was actually the first one that I started on. And Margaret was born in 1904. And she had a brother who was maybe autistic. Probably only went to the 3rd grade, they couldn't teach him, but so he had no credibility, but he was smart as all out, and he knew the answer to the mysteries, but nobody would listen to him. He had a few straight gears. But anyway, she had a lot of sayings, and that her dad had, who was born in 1861, and I learned some of those, and then her grandmother was born in 1830 in Germany, and she had some old sayings, so I kind of didn't want to forget these, so I incorporated it into this fiction story. My kids said, "Dad, this is true though." I said, "No, it's fiction." "Yeah, but it's true, isn't it?" I said, "Well, I can't tell you what's true or not." Of course, it certainly isn't all true, but of course, what do they say? Fiction needs to be believable, but the truth doesn't. But what do you think, Michael? Yeah. Yeah, I remember old Margaret used to tell me, "You know, Carl, you can eat too much pumpkin pie too." I guess that was her way of saying balance or moderation. Something else the old timers, I don't know if they liked average too much, because they said average, that's one hand in the firebox and one hand in the ice bucket. And then that's your average. So maybe it didn't appeal to them that much. Yeah. But anyway, we've got a lot of old sayings in there, and talking about somebody, and they'd say, "He's lower than a snake's ass in a rut." Some other ones, I don't know if I dare to say all of them or not, or some of them, but.
Yeah, if they go to cdbaby.com and look for Carl Aabye, they got his audiobook, Savants Melody of Mystery, where you'll be able to purchase the MP3 download, which is digital distribution. It's $5 per MP3. It's an hour and a half long, 8.5 hours for the whole series of the 7 MP3s, which you'll get MP3 file about an hour, hour and a half each one, 8.5 hours long. So $40. But if you go to CD Baby, you can find that information out about Carl's book, Savants Melody of Mystery. Someone was asking her to post a link. I would say just Google Carl Aabye. You can see his books on Amazon, and you're on Amazon, and then you're on the other Barnes and Noble too. So they can get Savants Melody of Mystery, Patriot Act Gone Awry, and Terrorist Among Us. You can get any one of those 3 books. And if you can get a hold of Carl here, Carl could send you an autographed copy too. If you could just call Carl at 701-526-8265. Just give Carl a jingle, or they can email him at carlaabye@yahoo.com. Yeah, CARLAABYE at yahoo.com, and then purchases. If you want to purchase his books, it's easy. Sometimes it's easier to go through Carl. You can get it a little quicker.
Just, I'll sign them and
send him a check or money order, and then he'll sign it and send you out a book. And then also the audiobook's a little different, because we go through a company called CD Baby, which basically they're helping us with the digital distribution of our audiobook, Savants Melody of Mystery. So, but you could go there if you like us, like our programming, help support us. That'd be great. Help Carl sell some of his books,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that'd be really nice of you out there.
I missed you at karaoke last night, Michael.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that good.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna make this today. I just
I'm glad you don't have,
a little down in the weather. So.
yeah, said you have a bit of a sore throat, but I'm glad you don't have, laryngitis or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, that could come later, but,
Hopefully not, yeah.
yeah,
You know, I figured I'd be here to help you get the show going because I said I would, so I kept my word and
yeah, the show goes on.
the show must go on,
And
yeah.
the beat goes on. Who was that? Oh, that was Cher, wasn't it? And the beat goes on.
Yeah, I believe you're right, sure.
Yeah, I won't try to be Cher today. Although, I sing, Patty Loveless, I like one of her songs. I heard a girl sing it and I just loved it. It was My Heart Had Windows. And then, what's her name? Patsy Cline? I don't do her songs very often, but she must have had a fairly low voice because you can do her songs without even going lower. And then there's one I go down one where Wanda Jackson, right or wrong. I like the song and people seem to like it. Yeah. So anyway, we'll have to get some more videos out sometime, Michael. And oh yeah, I like how your rendition of Jerry Lee Lewis. Whole lot of shaking going on. I like that one.
I like to sing that one. Yeah, we do a lot of singing here.
And Dean Martin, you do some good Dean Martin
Well,
stuff.
thank you. Yeah, I like singing a lot.
I like Memories Are Made of This, clear back to 1956. I remember walking a girl home from the ice skating rink back when I was popular in '56. Although I got kind of a late start going out with the girls because I had so much fun speed skating and playing hockey and whatnot.
And we are broadcasting live in downtown Fargo.
Yeah.
We're actually broadcasting at the Fargo Public Library right now. We got a room we're using, and they were nice enough to let us use their room
One thing
today.
on ice skating years ago,
I'd like to thank the Fargo Public Library.
boy, we had a lot of fun and heard a lot of stories, and a lot of those stuck with me. And they said, why don't you do a book just on, your stories that I know and can come up with any subject can come up and a light bulb goes off and I think of a story. But something happened in '53, like turned the faucet almost off. That's when television came to Fargo. But before that, boy, it's fun sitting in the old warming house and the double barrel wood stove and telling stories and going out, throwing snow down the girl's back and playing pump pull away and playing some hockey and freeze your feet and couldn't put your shoes back on. You had to walk with your overshoes and carry your shoes and skates. But it was a lot of fun, no doubt about it, and good for a person, I'm sure. I'm kind of concerned about these kids nowadays. I mean, I sit at my computer too much. Should get up and walk around more, but I'm already, 75 years old, so I guess, but how about these, what do you think, Michael, these kids 15, 20 years old, spending hours and hours on the computer and not getting exercise, isn't that going to probably cause them some major problems in our health system?
Well, obesity is the #1 problem,
Yeah.
It's obesity. It's hard. We didn't have that when we were kids, we had to play outside. Our parents, when I grew up, I got thrown outside to play. That was it. We didn't stick around and watch TV.
Oh, I know what I saw something.
But that's, it's obesity. And I'm heavy now, but I know what obesity is all about.
Something on the internet, Michael. If you're late picking up your kids or bring them too early to school in Oregon or something, that they could be, they'd notify social services and they'd have to stay overnight. And if that happened too much, they could want to take your kids away from you. Well, I was wondering, what's wrong with the kids? They can't walk home from school anymore, or it's too far, or it's too dangerous, or what? I mean, the first grade on, the only time I think my mom walked with me to school the first day of school, and that was it. From then on, I think
right now we have more restrictions of rights than the Germans had under Hitler.
Yeah.
If you look at all the rights in America that are being restricted, we have more restrictions on our books than the Germans had under Hitler's control in Nazi Germany, believe it or not. It's
Well, I guess
a lot of our rights are being
an
restricted.
older person like me, when I see that, and I think, what? I can't believe what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Except for we're not going around killing anyone, you know, like we're not killing the Jews like Hitler did, but we were sending our people over to Romania to torture them. We don't torture, so when Bush was president, he was sending people over to Romania to get tortured, so there was some torturing going on. We subcontracted that, which they're trying to privatize. Bush had a big thing about privatizing everything. Let's just privatize everything, you know, so that his corporate friends can make a lot of money is what that's all about. Sometimes you have government because you have to govern because of fraud. You know, you gotta look at all the fraud busters like FDR went after fraud, monopolies, you know, that's why you have government to keep track of corruption, you know, stop corruption. You know?
I remember talking to some farmers by West Fargo, and the beer truck used to pull into their yard. It was close to West Fargo, and there was 3 brothers and families on anyway, but they were talking about when they were young in Belgium, they said the water was bad, so when they took their lunch to school, they had a pint of beer with their lunch. That's because the water was considered bad. So they apparently drank beer all their life and seemed like pretty healthy, pretty good people, hardworking, good successful people. So I don't know if there a difference in. I think over in France too, do the young people drink wine with their meals? But I think that over there it's kind of showing that you want to learn how to handle liquor, not to abuse it. And over here, maybe kids haven't been exposed to liquor, and then when they first do, they just go way off the deep end and don't, you know. That's why some maybe the parents can set good examples on how to be responsible when it comes to alcohol. What do you think of that, Michael?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Our public service announcement. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to say we need Bernie Sanders is who I'm voting for president. I think everybody out there should check him out. He's got some real good ideas right now about taxes, fair taxes, tax the corporations, the billionaires, millionaires, to where they can pay their fair share, you know. And maybe there'll be a little more wealth creation for people out there. Carl, I believe he's going to vote for Hillary. I'm sure he's made up his mind.
I have a hard time hearing you, Michael. What now?
You're going to vote for Hillary.
Well, I don't know. It's what do they say? Even a few months could be a lifetime in politics. So we're quite a ways out yet. So we'll wait and see. I guess Bernie's been picking up a lot of support, and I think a little competition is good and a good way to get ideas out. And if it brings you a little bit more to the left, I think maybe that's actually good. Although I suppose they like to kind of ride the center a little bit, so they can kind of, you know, try to play the best of all worlds. But yeah, and I also think that as they keep throwing grenades at Hillary, I think an old saying from years ago, another old one was sometimes a knock's as good as a boost. And I think I've said that before. And I think if people keep getting knocked, that human nature is to kind of say, well, wait a minute now. Is this a little bit of overkill? And is this a little bit to the extreme? Because although I have seen something come up now too that I've brought up, I said, well, after all, Hillary was a Goldwater girl. I saw that on the internet now, Michael. So, which her folks were Robbins, were they in the suburbs of Chicago area somewhat?
Yeah, I believe
and so. well-to-do, successful. You know, upper middle class probably, and so it wouldn't be surprising that they would vote their, where their bread is buttered at and be conservatives. And Hillary grew up as conservative.
Well, when Bill Clinton came to Fargo, the one thing that he was honest about, he said, is I am the 1%. he told a large audience in Fargo, but he said that I'm one of the 1% that keep all his money in America, and that's pretty commendable that Bill Clinton will keep all his money in the United States. That's what he said. And that was a quote, and he said that last couple of years ago when he came to the Fargo Civic Center. I thought that was pretty nice, you know. He's part of the 1%, but he's keeping his money here.
I'm sure the business, Main Street business people, they might not want to admit it, but I'm sure they wish people had more disposable income, because they realize it's pretty hard to sell products when people are scraping by and just don't have the disposable income to purchase goods.
Well, it's when they started getting rid of jobs. They cut everybody from 40 down to 32 hours a week. They cut out all their benefits, health insurance. People don't have those benefits and perks like they used to. The generation before mine had everything, you know.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a guy that works at the post office, said that the post office to this day, if he has a kid, his kid will get benefits for 30 years, which they were doing it 3 and 4 generations of benefits. So they wonder why the post office is hurting, because they got people that aren't even born yet that's already written down as that's getting prepaid for the money for the retirement and everything. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just found that out here from the postman.
I'd like to read about that.
Yeah, well, they're getting benefits that aren't even, that haven't even been earned yet.
I know we've exported a lot of our manufacturing and a lot of our middle class jobs and income streams have been exported out of our country. So the trends, I don't think people, well, what do they say? If you want to kill a frog, what do? You don't turn the heat up real fast, real high, it'll jump out of the pan. You just creep it up a little bit at a time, and you can cook them. And that's kind of an analogy of what's maybe happening to the people in the country, especially the younger ones. I think some of the old dogs like myself are probably well aware of the change. In fact, a lot of even older people, 40, 50 years ago, I used to hear them say things like, "I'm glad I'm old," because they could see the trend and they could see what's coming down the pike. And I guess I'm to that stage now where I wish I was younger, but at the same time I could see where, you know, I'm glad I'm old because I've had a great and wonderful life and great and wonderful kids and grandkids and great-grandkids, and every day I can stick around and watch the wonders of what the talented younger people can do. I'm just going to take it all in as long as I can. So
you've been watching the Carl Aabye Hour here on Vaughn TV, which is actually the Singing Authors from Fargo, but it's actually been kind of the Carl Aabye Hour. We're featuring artist, book writer Carl Aabye, writer of Savants Melody of Mystery, Patriot Act on Awry and Terrorist Among Us, and also if you'd like to purchase his audio book, Savants Melody of Mystery, go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/Carl Aabye, and you can buy his audiobook, 7-part audiobook, which is about an hour and 10 minutes each episode, and there's 7 episodes. You get it downloaded by MP3, $5 per audiobook, or the whole series you can get for $40. So I hope you look into that and maybe purchase his book, or you can even get a hold of Carl at 701-526-8265, and you can send him a check or money order, and he'll send you one of his books hand signed by the author. So maybe you'd want to get a book from Carl. You'd be able to get one of his 3 books, or the audiobook you can get at cdbaby.com. So anything else you want to cover?
I don't know, I think maybe that's enough. What are we going to talk about next time if we do this again?
I don't know, hopefully I'm feeling a little better. I was kind of sick yesterday. I missed karaoke. We like to sing a lot in Fargo. There's a place called Dempsey's. Every Tuesday night we get together from about 9 to 2 in the morning. They have karaoke That's in downtown Fargo, which is a good time. There's just everybody in the place seems to be a singer, so you get a lot of variety of good singing and good music, and just good time. You can hear me and Carl sing while we're down there. And also, once in a while we'll go to the Bowler on Thursday night. They have a karaoke through Pepper Ashmore. He's a pretty good karaoke guy too. So. And then Sons of Norway every third Thursday of the month at the Fargo Sons of Norway, and that's a good time if you want to come down and sing a little karaoke with me and Carl. And Carl always has his books in his car with him, so if you run into Carl downtown or in Fargo, he can sell you a book, or if you come to town, get a hold of us and we'll get you a book. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, Michael. That's good. I'm glad you're gonna keep hope alive, right?
True.
Yeah. But what do you think? We'll have to go eat here in a bit, Michael, maybe, huh?
Yeah, I gotta get
this. Are you buying, or?
Yeah, I'll buy. And I gotta get this all prepared.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
I gotta get it prepared to get it on the other network.
Yeah.
Because we promised everybody a show here tonight. So.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in to the Singing Authors of Fargo with Carl Aabye. That's Carl Aabye and Michael J. Steele. Kind of helped Carl promote his books and did a little bit of publishing. My publishing company was Steele Publishing in the past there. And
yeah, Michael
we do a little radio once in a while, a few commercials we've done.
Michael's the tech, younger tech guy. I sure barely got into computers when I got into my 60s, because I'd scribble up something and then try to get my kids to beg them to try to decipher my scribbling and put it on their computer. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna get into this silly stuff or good stuff or my life experiences, I better just try to learn how to use my crude keyboard skills and work on that, and just limp along and do the best I can and do something. So I did it. Yeah. So anyway, well, that'd be about what do you think? Is that enough for a while, Michael?
Yeah, we did about an hour show.
So thanks for putting up with the sound. We might have to work on that some more, Michael. I don't know.
It's probably because I had this up. I should have had that down.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if that helps.
Maybe it interfered, huh?
It might have interfered because I should have had the volume down there.
Yeah.
Because I know it's picking us up through that mic over there for the show, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Which is good, but we're perfecting the system. I just got to remember to keep that one down next time.
Yeah.
And there'll be no echoes. Well, thanks again for tuning in to the Singing Authors of Fargo, here recording live in downtown Fargo at the Fargo Library. Once again, if you like Carl's books, Google Carl Aabye. Maybe you could buy one of his books, help him out. He's got a lifetime of investment here in these books and stuff, and there's a lot of history in those books. So But thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you. We'll try to do a telecast next week, probably at this time. And thanks again, and have a good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Do you want to say goodbye, Carl?
Hasta la vista, baby.